Well, what's up, guys? This is Daniel from the Arms Family Homestead, sitting out here in the yard hanging out with the goats for a little bit, and I'm going to do a quick video. This is a response video to a collab. I was called out on a collab called the Uncle Hoss Trivia Challenge. And there's been several channels that's been floating around the community for a little while. I think Pratt Family Homestead did it, Eric from Life and Farmland, and most recently was Jack over at Jack the Caver. Jack is, you're probably more familiar with his wife, Tangy. She's Tangy the Caver's wife. But Jack has his own channel, and he called me out on this Uncle Hoss Trivia Challenge. And everything was kind of, his trivia questions that he sent me was related to these guys. Well, these are meat goats. His was more specifically related to milk goats. So it was a two-part question, and I'm gonna try to do my best to remember exactly what it was, because I didn't write the question down. I took notes because I did my research. I didn't write his questions down. So the first was, worldwide, what's consumed more, goat's milk or cow's milk? And I did a lot of research, did a lot of digging. Okay, so this challenge, this trivia challenge, is kind of a light-hearted, you know, it is trivia, but it's, some of the questions I've watched on some of the other channels are out there, okay? It's just for fun. But his question was, what's consumed more, goat's milk or cow's milk? And I did a lot of digging on the internet, did a lot of research here, and I'm about 99% sure it's pretty safe to say, by far, there is more goat's milk consumed worldwide than there is cow's milk. Every website I read, everything I researched said about 65% of the world's milk consumption was goat's milk, okay? Now, in the US, that is not true at all. The best I could come up with was maybe 5 to 8% of the milk consumed in the United States was goat's milk. But that's just because we Americans, well, we're just not the brightest sometimes. You know, we just don't do our research, I think. I was raised on goat's milk as a little kid. I really truly believe goat's milk is much better for you. And I did some research, okay? Goat's milk is healthier than cow's milk. But guess what? In the US, we have what's called marketing and advertisement. And we listen to the things we're told by large corporations. You ever heard the slogan, "Got milk"? Well, that's the milk industry's way of pushing millions of dollars into advertisement and marketing, so people like you, yeah, you and me, go to the store and buy that, you know, processed cow's milk. We don't drink raw milk anymore in the United States, and we for sure don't consume very much goat's milk. So here's some facts on goat's milk, just because, okay? Just to get you thinking. Goat's milk has more protein, it has higher levels of essential amino acids, it has less carbs, and due to the fact that it has a much lower lactose content, so you're much less likely to have allergic reactions because there's not as much lactose in goat's milk as there is cow's milk. It's higher in calcium, and it's easier to digest, partly due to that lower lactose, so it's much easier on your stomach, okay? Goat's milk is also naturally homogenized, so you could go out and milk a cow and put it in a jar, and milk a goat and put that milk in a jar, set them both in the refrigerator overnight, and by morning the cow's milk is going to be completely separated. You'll have all your cream and all your, your skim milk. Goat's milk is much slower. It doesn't separate like cow's milk, so it doesn't have to be, it's like I said, it's naturally homogenized. That's what dairy producers do to your milk in the refrigerator at home. It'll never separate. It's all been homogenized. Everything's been done. Goat's milk is natural. Another thing, drinking goat's milk is much better for the environment because goats can produce an amount of milk. Goats can produce a large amount of milk on much worse pasture, to say. You know, they're not as expensive to feed. They don't consume near as much, and they can do well on pasture and feed that's not as high quality as cattle. Cattle take a much higher level or higher quality of feed, and they produce a lot more waste. Go to a dairy, go near a dairy, a big dairy, and you'll know what I'm talking about. It stinks. Goats don't have near as much waste as cows. Another thing, just a natural byproduct of drinking goat's milk. And I don't know that this one's proven. This was just what I learned growing up, and what a lot of people in my area that drink goat's milk have noticed. Around here in Oklahoma, in the woods, we have poison ivy and poison oak. Well, these guys love to eat poison ivy, and I grew up on goat's milk, and I've never been allergic to poison ivy. Most people just touch poison ivy and they break out in a huge rash. I've never had poison ivy. Now, it could be coincidence, but I know a lot of people that say drinking goat's milk will keep you from getting poison ivy. Just saying. Okay, so that's the first answer to Jack's first question. The second question, Jack wants to know, what's the connection between goats, between these guys right here? Can't zoom. Jack wants to know what the connection is between goats and coffee. Well, I did my research, and let me show you what I come up with. So for part 2 of Jack's question, what do goats and coffee beans or coffee plants have in common? Well, it struck a nerve with my entrepreneurial side here, okay? Because I thought all along these coffee beans were grown on a plant. Well, when I got to doing my research, I might be sitting on a gold mine here. You know, I mean, look at these coffee beans that they came from my barn. Coffee beans. Yeah, look, coffee beans. Check them out. I thought this was fertilizer for my garden, but apparently, thanks to Jack, I might be sitting on a gold mine. So I'm going to bottle up my first jar of Arms Family Homestead coffee beans, and maybe I'll just send them to Jack since he's the one that's pointed this out for me. Okay, so maybe that second part may or may not be accurate. Maybe, I don't know. Look into it. You may be surprised where your coffee beans come from. So part 2 of the Uncle Hoss Trivia Challenge is I have to challenge another channel and give them a trivia question to ponder on, and they'll answer it in a video. So I've already prearranged this, got clearance, got authorization, reached out to a channel, and she said yes. I'm going to challenge none other than Amanda from The Fundamental Home. If you're not familiar with Amanda's channel, could you be quiet for just a minute? If you're not familiar with Amanda's channel, it's called The Fundamental Home. She's got like 30,000 subscribers, and it's all about frugal living. Amanda's all about frugal living. Okay, she's kind of built her channel around a concept and a video that has almost 1 million views, and it's called How I Feed My Family of 5 for $100 a month. Now, that's crazy. That's unreal. That's a lot. It's a lot of people to feed for $100 a month. But go check out her video. I'll leave a link to it, and she really does it. And that's what she's built her channel around, is frugal living. Okay, so in that whole realm of the world, she's also started co-owner of the Frugal Family Food collaboration, which I've been a part of twice. Anyways, she's a co-owner, co-founder with Tangy, who is Jack the Caver's wife. We've already established that. Okay, so they've got the Frugal Family Food collaboration, made 2 videos for that collab, but they also started a Frugal Family Food Facebook group, which is almost at 10,000 members. When I checked this morning, they were at 9,992 members. Rooster, really. So if you're not a part of Amanda's Frugal Family Food group on Facebook, go check that out. It's pretty cool. Awesome group of people. A lot of great information shared there. Okay, so I'm going to challenge her with a question. Let me give you a little backstory first, okay? So I thought she's all about frugalness and buying groceries cheap and spending less money on her household for her family. That rooster's killing me here, guys. Okay, so I did some research. I thought, frugal, cheap, kind of like I think a dollar store, things like that. Well, I did a little research and history on the concept of what we know as the dollar store. Started off years and years and years, decades ago, actually in the 1800s, as a store called Five and Dime. Okay, it was Five and Dime was started in 1879 by the Woolworth brothers, or Frank Woolworth was the main guy that started. Okay, June 21st, 1879, Frank Woolworth opened the first Five and Dime store. Okay, everyone said Five and Dime, everything for a dime or a nickel. This concept will never work. It'll never go anywhere. Well, People are wrong. People are wrong big time, okay? Woolworth started the 5 and dime. The idea took off, spread like wildfire, made millions, okay? Started the first one, like I said, 1879. He died in 1919 at the age of 66. In 1919, he was worth $76.5 million and had started thousands of these stores on the 5 and dime concept, which today, okay, he wasn't the founder of Dollar General. I'm not saying that, but he started the concept to what we now know as the dollar store, okay? So, here's my question for Amanda. Are you ready for this, Amanda? I wrote it down because it's a long question and I didn't want to forget. All right, here we go. Amanda, the fundamental home, the frugal queen, the grocery shopping extraordinaire, feeding her family on a budget. Okay, here you go. You ready, Amanda? If 5 and dime were still in existence today and everything was 5 and dime, you know, nickel and dime, how much would it cost to buy all the groceries needed to feed all of the members of the Frugal Family Food Facebook page for 1 month? So, that's almost 10,000 people. Amanda, how much would it cost at that 5 and dime price that it was in the, you know, late 1800s, early 1900s? If you still could go to a 5 and dime, how much would it cost you to feed all of the members of the Frugal Family Food Facebook group for 1 month? I want to know, Amanda. You got it. Come on, you can do it. I know there's going to be a good answer. Let me know what you come up with. All right, guys, this is the Uncle Hoss Trivia Challenge. Not serious, just a lighthearted trivia challenge. Cool collab that's kind of floating around Facebook, so I'm sure I'll leave links to all the channels below, or at least the playlists for Uncle Hoss. I think he's got a playlist started. I haven't actually researched that yet, but I'm pretty sure he does. So, go check it out. And Amanda, I can't wait to hear your answer. Can't wait to hear what you come up with. I'm sure it'll be good. Maybe we'll all get to see it in a couple days. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Y'all have a great day. It's a wonderful day here in Oklahoma. Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day to everyone. Hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. Be careful and be safe out there. Y'all have a great day. And thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.